One of the challenges in our society today is that we have a large number of young men and women returning from the various military escapades that this country's been involved in for the last few years. And they come back able to shoot rifles very well, but not necessarily with the other skills it takes to run their businesses, start businesses, or even find employment. Our next speaker, we can talk about Sergeant Miller and Sergeant Noblin from the United States Marine Corps, who got out of their military role, did an outstanding job there, came back and even did a more outstanding job by not only starting a company that's been successful, but employing and training other veterans who are coming back. So I turn it over to Invictus.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Phillip Noblin. I'm the Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of Invictus, and this is Patrick Miller, the President. Who are we? We're a top-level provider of security and firearms training who trains thousands of applicants each year in security and firearms training in the state of Florida. Patrick and I met in 2000 in Okinawa, Japan, while moving up the ranks as young reconnaissance Marines. In 2003, we served in Iraq together. 15 years later, here we are. We've grown from a kitchen table company. We've grown from a kitchen table to a company with 25 employees and an average of $1.8 million in sales over the last 3 years. Our customer base includes 135,000 licensed security officers located throughout the state of Florida. In 2014, we trained 1,839 of those security officers, less than 1% of the available market share. And I say that to show you the opportunity that is there. As of April 1st, we are open 7 days a week. We're in business to make money, to own the market share, and to keep good people employed. Our competition. I'll talk a little bit more about our competition in a minute, but suffice to say, there is little. And those who consider themselves our competition will never be able to match our standards of excellence, our professionalism, and our quality of training. Like any young business, we've had our shares of ups and downs, but we've learned from our mistakes. We've been carefully calculated to never make the same mistake twice. Invictus is a certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business and a Palm Beach County certified veteran enterprise. We're headquartered in Boynton Beach with an office in Melbourne. We've been in business since 2007, fully operational since 2008. We specialize in security and firearms training in the security license industry in the state of Florida. Since inception, our security and executive protection divisions have operated in post-earthquake Haiti, Kenya, the Philippines, the Middle East, Northwest Africa, offshore in Louisiana after the Deep Horizon oil spill, and in New York and New Jersey after Hurricane Sandy. As a critical element of our growth strategy, we're seeking an investment of up to $625,000 for up to a 25% equity stake in the corporation. In 2015 and 2016, we will expand our security training academy model into Broward, Orange, and Miami-Dade counties. Some highlights from the previous years include the award of a $30,000 private business grant from Veterans Pathway, certification as the first Department of Veterans Affairs Security Training Academy in the state of Florida, and the award of an indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contract for security and firearms training services to the Palm Beach County Community Action and Career Development Programs with a current contract year value of $1.1 million. As I discussed our expansion plan, it includes taking our already profitable and successful business model into 3 new markets in the next year and a half. There is no nationwide brand in security and firearms training. We are very quickly becoming the statewide brand in security and firearms training. We have enough work to do in Florida, but we wake up every day analyzing the possibilities of taking this nationwide. The current epidemic that we face is the lack of training and adherence to performance standards in the security and firearms training industry. We weren't born yesterday. We've been doing this long enough to know what works and what doesn't. The numbers don't lie. Public data from the state of Florida, combined with our own internal analyses and performance metrics from several years of business, tell us that not only is our plan feasible, but we'd be crazy not to execute it. 62% of that 135,000 licensed security officers reside within the counties that we currently operate in and the counties that we intend to move into in the next year and a half. In 2014, there were 20,000 new applicants for a security license in the state of Florida. What do? We provide the best security and firearms training in the state. We achieve this by providing the most relevant hands-on training by professionals with relevant and recent experience. Our academy graduates are so highly sought after that companies like G4S, Allied Barton are beating the doors down to hire our graduates. Unfortunately, this industry is plagued with untrained personnel, unethical businesses, and unethical instructors. We follow the model that cements the foundation for professional security officers for the future. Not only do we provide state-mandated training, we also offer continuing education classes so security officers and applicants can better further their career. Where will we go next? Broward, Orange, and Miami-Dade counties. Over the years, we've developed a customer base that includes thousands and thousands of licensed security officers and applicants. In 2014, we estimate that we owned 29% of the security officer and 64% of the firearms training market share just in Palm Beach County. We do business with Fortune 500 security agencies, hotels, museums, country clubs, community reemployment agencies, Career Source Palm Beach, and John Q. Public. The list goes on, and the sky is the limit. I'm going to turn this over to Patrick now for the sales and marketing presentation.
All right. Timeless techniques, the word of mouth, referrals, and old-fashioned honest business. Direct marketing, going through attacking our high-value targets through pay-per-click advertising, AdWords, Google AdWords, and we place #1 through Google AdWords for our security industry keywords. Through SEO, we organically come up on Google, Bing, Yahoo, all the search engines through free advertising through the keywords, okay? Invictus owns the most important real estate on the web, which is the top page of Google. Social media, in today's business world where most humans are attached to their smartphones, always looking out at their phone, looking at Facebook. We've learned how to attract customers through coming up first on their news feed. Security agencies, through networking and business development, we have built relationships with some of the largest companies here in the United States, one of them being G4S and Allied Barton the second, two biggest companies in our country. Phil?
Our competition, unfortunately, is riddled with diploma mills, instructors that will meet you in a dark alley and sign a certificate with no training. Right now, in the state of Florida, there are over 3,400 dirty licenses. A dirty license is a license that someone possesses that they never earned. This is a huge problem for the state of Florida. Patrick's actually a subject matter expert for security and firearms training with the Advisory Council to the state of Florida. We're the best of the best, we come from the best of the best, and we train the best of the best. Our passion for quality will always follow us wherever we go into the new markets with new challenges and new competition. Some numbers. Our course prices range from $50 to $775. The average amount spent per customer is $174. In 2014, our customer acquisition cost was $13.38, and our training division operates at a 40% gross profit margin. Year after year, we've met or exceeded our revenue projections. Our growth is attributed to a few key factors: an unblemished reputation for quality, returning customers, and an online marketing strategy that is second to none. Some of the residual effects of the growth of our business are employment for thousands of Americans, career opportunities for dozens of instructors. Our management team, in addition to Patrick and myself, who are former United States Marines, combat veterans, includes Vito Arciniega, the Director of Operations, a U.S. Army Special Forces veteran, and Program Manager for Worldwide Operations with Invictus. Joseph Finley, who holds a PhD in Education Leadership and is a former FBI Special Agent of 29 years. Scott Steinman, our Chief Instructor, is a retired U.S. Army Special Forces combat veteran of 21 years. We came from humble beginnings. We built this company from a kitchen table. We've earned millions of dollars in the last 7 years. We've put hundreds of people back to work, thousands of people back to work. We've never taken on additional shareholders. We've never taken on investors. We've done everything with our own paper route money. 2015, we project to generate roughly $2.3 million in sales. We have no debt, no loans. And to recap, we are seeking an investment of up to $625,000 for up to a 25% equity stake in our company. That concludes our presentation.
Judges, any questions?
You mentioned a revenue, average revenue for the last 3 years of $1.8 million, and you have a charting here that shows training sales of about $450,000 for the last year and about $1.some million total over the last few years. So where's the rest of the revenue come from?
Correct, yes sir. We decided to focus on our training model for today's presentation. That's the next stage of growth for our business. We also provide security, executive protection, and mission support services. In the recent years, we've done business, as I said, in Haiti, the Middle East, Northwest Africa, providing executive protection for philanthropic missions. We've supported the U.S. Navy with inland logistics support for the ships that come into port and need everything from linguists to lighting. That's where the remainder of our revenue has come from.
Are you the exclusive or sole feeder for any security companies for their security forces?
We are. In Palm Beach County, we are the exclusive training provider for G4S, Allied Barton, Elite Protective Services, ABM Security Service, Securitas, and a handful of others. They use our training academy exclusively. Their officers aren't authorized to be trained anywhere else.
And what are the different types of security officer licenses required in Florida?
So it's sort of an alphabet soup, but the D license is the unarmed security officer license. The G license is the armed security officer license. It's a complement, sort of like a motorcycle endorsement on a driver's license. You can't have the G without the D. There's also a private investigator license, a security agency manager license, a statewide firearms instructor license. The list really goes on and on. We focus on the D license and the G license, the armed and the unarmed courses. Combined is about 8 to 10 days of training.
What is your current ownership structure, and how can you ensure that your key staff will stay with your company?
We're currently 50-50 owners. We're not going anywhere. We're not ready to leave. You know, we have an exit strategy to build this company from a $2 million to a $20 million company and move on, but that's not tomorrow. That's our 10-year plan.
Gentlemen, we talked about passion with the students before. It seems you don't outgrow it. Thank you very much for a job well done.
Thank you all very much.